Welcome back to 20 Car. In the stillness before dawn, a silhouette emerges, sharp enough to slice through morning mist, yet graceful as a stalking panther. This is no ordinary supercar, this is the 2025 Lamborghini Aventador Unofficial Concept, an audacious reimagining of a legend that refuses to slumber. As your pulse quickens, you sense the promise of raw power, boundless creativity, and an experience so intoxicating it borders on the sublime. Prepare yourself, the future of automotive fantasy has arrived. Car appearance. From the moment you lay eyes on the 2025 Aventador Unofficial Concept, you're drawn into a world where artistry and aggression collide. The body, sculpted from next-generation biocarbon fiber, shimmers in an iridescent obsidian finish that shifts from deep violet to midnight blue under changing light. Every panel feels hand-carved, as if a sculptor coaxed fluid motion from solid matter. Pronounced wheel arches envelop 21-inch front and 22-inch rear forged aluminum rims, their 5Y-spoke design echoing the horns of a charging bull. Nestled behind these wheels, brake calipers glow molten gold, visible through precision-cut vent holes that hint at braking force capable of stopping time itself. The front fascia is dominated by a new interpretation of Lamborghini's signature hexagonal grille. A lattice of micro-perforations that channel air through internal vortex generators, reducing drag while creating a mesmerizing kinetic effect as you accelerate. Flanking the grille are LED matrix headlights embedded within angular inlets, a shot of laser-cut white light that pierces darkness with surgical precision. Along the sides, dynamic dihedral doors sweep open in a ballet of hydraulics, their undersides revealing a contrasting matte carbon weave pattern. At the rear, a blade-style active wing rises on command, extending to its full 1.8-meter wingspan at speeds above 150 miles per hour, delivering downforce that rivals purpose-built race cars. Below it, quad exhaust nozzles, titanium with a heat-anodized finish, emit a symphony of crackles and roars that resonate in your chest like the beating of a primal drum. In every line and surface, the Aventador Unofficial Concept communicates a sense of motion, even at rest. It is sculpture and weapon, composer and conductor, a vivid statement that in the realm of supercars, stillness is fleeting. Interior specifications. Step inside, and you're enveloped in an otherworldly cockpit that fuses tactile luxury with cutting-edge technology. The seats, crafted from memory foam-infused Alcantara, hug your form like a second skin, their side bolsters lined with micro-ventilated perforations to regulate temperature and humidity. A thin filigree of interactive OLED inserts traces the seat's contours, glowing softly in your chosen color scheme, emerald, cobalt, or crimson. Ahead, the dashboard is dominated by a seamless 16-inch flexible OLED curved display. This high-resolution interface adapts to context. Minimalistic when you're cruising, but bursting to life with telemetry, augmented reality navigation, and predictive performance analytics when you unleash the engine. Haptic feedback zones along the display's edge allow you to adjust settings, suspension stiffness, engine maps, and aero profiles, without ever taking your eyes off the road. In place of a traditional steering wheel sits Lamborghini's latest Epsilon hub. A flattened, symmetrical control unit with integrated touch-sensitive surfaces and mechanical shift paddles, wrapped in soft-touch Nappa leather. Beneath your palms, tiny pressure sensors detect grip strength, dynamically adjusting brake bias and throttle response. It's a tactile conversation between driver and machine, where every nuance of intent is translated into mechanical harmony. Center console controls are housed within a transparent crystal prism, its facets catching ambient light from programmable LED strips hidden beneath. A configurable immersion pod on the passenger side offers curated experiences, ambient soundscapes, directed airflow, or even a gentle mist of fragrance, transforming each journey into a multi-sensory adventure. Storage is thoughtful, hidden compartments under the armrest and behind the passenger display, sized for smartphones, wallets, and even a slim tablet. Safety and convenience abound. A panoramic glass roof with electrochromic tint allows instant privacy or clear views of the sky, while a discrete augmented reality heads-up display projects turn-by-turn directions and performance readouts onto the windshield. Advanced driver assistance systems, lane centering, night vision pedestrian detection, and predictive cruise control ensure that while the Aventador Unofficial Concept is built for the racetrack, it remains capable and civilized on the open road. Competitors. In the arena of hyper-performance supercars, the 2025 Aventador Unofficial Concept squares off against titans like the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, McLaren Artura, and Aston Martin Valhalla. Each contender brings its own philosophy. Ferrari's hybrid V8 delivers seamless power and tractable handling, McLaren's lightweight mastery redefines agility. And Aston Martin's futuristic styling fuses British elegance with raw thrust, yet the Aventador Unofficial Concept carves its own niche. Unlike the SF90's emphasis on electric boost, Lamborghini doubles down on the visceral thrill of a high-displacement engine, an evolved 6.5-liter V12 with plasma-coated internals and variable resonance intake trumpets that sing across 8 octaves. Against the Artura's V6 hybrid, the Aventador's V12 is a declaration of mechanical purity, uncompromised by heavy battery packs. And while the Valhalla's active aerodynamics are impressive, none match the Aventador's blend of aerodynamic artistry and active aero intelligence. Its surfaces can shift camber and angle of attack in milliseconds, optimizing downforce and drag in concert. Price to performance also plays a role. While the SF90 and Valhalla hover near the $600,000 mark and beyond, the Aventador Unofficial Concept undercuts by offering comparable specs: 0-60 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds, a top speed exceeding 220 miles per hour, and lateral grip north of 1.4 grams, at a projected starting MSRP of $480,000. This positions it as a disruptive force, appealing to traditionalists who crave visceral engagement without sacrificing technological prowess. Design ethos further differentiates it. Ferrari often blends flowing curves with purposeful creases, McLaren opts for minimalist purity, Aston Martin gravitates toward neoclassical motifs. The Aventador Unofficial Concept, however, fuses tribal aggression with futurist precision. Each surface feels animated, as if sculpted by wind and velocity. In a crowd of supercars, it stands apart not just as another peak performer, but as an iconoclastic vision of what performance art on wheels can be. Price: at an anticipated starting MSRP of $480,000, plus destination and region-specific fees, the Aventador Unofficial Concept stakes its claim in the hypercar territory with a compelling value proposition. In the United States, early adopters can expect delivery premiums due to limited build slots, pushing final purchase prices into the $520,000, $550,000 bracket for bespoke configurations. European pricing follows suit, with base EU MSRP around €450,000 and final out-the-door prices reaching €500,000 after customization. Lamborghini's official configurator for the Unofficial Concept offers an almost infinite palette of colors, materials, and performance upgrades. Buyers can choose from 3 aero kits: Track, Gran Turismo, and Cascade, for $25,000, $15,000, and $10,000 respectively. Interior personalization options, from Italian-crafted leather hues to embroidered seat logos, range from $5,000 to $20,000. Optional carbon ceramic brakes, adaptive suspension packages, and advanced telemetry analytics push the total conceivable price to over $650,000 for fully loaded configurations. Despite these premiums, when measured against comparable offerings, Ferrari SF90, Aston Martin Valhalla, McLaren Speedtail, the Aventador Unofficial Concept emerges as an astute purchase for discerning enthusiasts. It balances exclusivity, power, and technological novelty without the ultra-elite price tags that consign many hypercars to museum garages. Here, money buys you more than statistics, it buys a statement, an experience tailored to the rarefied few who seek both legacy and innovation in equal measure. Ownership costs. Owning a supercar like the Aventador Unofficial Concept entails considerations beyond the sticker price. Depreciation, maintenance, insurance, and specialized servicing all contribute to the total cost of ownership. Let's break down these expenses over a typical 5-year ownership period. Depreciation, estimated at 30-35% in the first year, tapering to around 50-55% over 5 years. Given its limited run, concept status, exclusivity, and strong brand cachet. Insurance. Annual premiums for a primary driver in the United States average between $8,000 and $12,000, influenced by factors like driving history, location, and mileage. High-performance driver training courses, often required for coverage, add $2,000, $3,000 initially but can reduce rates over time. Maintenance and servicing. Scheduled maintenance runs approximately $3,500, $5,000 per year. Tires, considering the specialized Pirelli P0 Trofeo R rubber, cost around $2,500, $3,000 per set, typically replaced every 6,000, 8,000 miles. Brake pad and rotor replacements average $6,000, $8,000 but seldom required more than once every 10,000. 12,000 miles under spirited use. Fuel. With a V12 thirst for premium unleaded, average annual fuel costs hover around $10,000, $12,000 for 3,000, 4,000 miles of mixed driving. Other expenses. Storage in climate-controlled facilities can add $2,000, $4,000 per year. Annual detailing, paint correction, and protective film renewal may tack on $3,000, $6,000. Software updates and telemetry subscriptions, including advanced performance logs and remote diagnostics, cost $1,500, $2,000 annually. 5-year TCO estimate. Depreciation, $275,000. Insurance, $50,000. Maintenance and servicing, $30,000. Tires, $15,000. Brakes, $8,000. Fuel, $55,000. Storage and detailing, $25,000. Software subscriptions, $10,000. Total, $468,000. While the upfront investment is substantial, the Aventador Unofficial Concept's enduring desirability, collectible appeal, and limited production run help cushion depreciation and support a vibrant resale market. Enthusiasts who value both the visceral joy of analog supercar driving and the cutting edge of concept car innovation will find that the true currency here is more than dollars. It's the unquantifiable thrill of piloting automotive art in its purest form. Driving experience. Climbing in, you're greeted by the scent of fresh Alcantara and hot carbon weave. As you pull the dihedral door closed, there's an almost ceremonious click, an unspoken promise that what follows will rewrite your expectations. Pressing the start button on the crystal prism console, the 6.5-liter V12 crackles to life with an almost musical timbre, its variable resonance intake trumpets singing an anticipatory aria. Acceleration and power delivery. With 820 horsepower on tap, the Aventador surges forward like a coiled spring released. The initial burst of torque at 2,500 revolutions per minute is so visceral that your spine feels shoved back into the sculpted seat. Yet unlike some brute force supercars, there's admirable smoothness as the revs climb. Plasma-coated pistons and a friction-optimized crankshaft ensure that each of the 12 cylinders inhales and exhales with machine-perfect precision. The 0-60 mph sprint feels more like a fleeting hallucination, a blur that you chase, only to find yourself already at 100 mph before your senses catch up. Handling and chassis dynamics. The Aventador's chassis is an aluminum honeycomb monocoque infused with bio-resin carbon fiber panels, resulting in a stiffness-to-weight ratio that rivals dedicated race cars. On a twisty back road, the active suspension reads your inputs with telepathic accuracy. Corner apexes arrive as though preordained, turn-in is razor-sharp, and mid-corner balance is astonishingly neutral. The rear-wheel steering system pivots the back axle subtly at low speeds, making tight U-turns almost comical, while at high speed it counter-steers to stabilize the car, giving you confidence to push harder. Feedback and engagement. This isn't a supercomputer on wheels, it's a tactile orchestra. Every steering shaft vibration, every G-force shift, every brake pad howl is transmitted directly to your hands, hips, and ears. The Epsilon steering hub, wrapped in Nappa leather and fitted with pressure sensors, adjusts throttle mapping based on your grip strength. Squeeze harder for an aggressive map. Ease off for a cruisy demeanor. It's a level of driver-car conversation that makes you feel less like a passenger and more like a collaborator in a high-speed ballet. Comfort and usability. Despite its racetrack prowess, the Aventador Unofficial Concept surprises with everyday practicality. The Alcantara seats are memory foam infused, cradling you for long highway runs without fatigue. A discreet venting system circulates conditioned air through the seat bolsters. Noise-canceling headliner panels filter out low-frequency droning, allowing the V12's higher notes to shine without overwhelming your eardrums. The flexible 16-inch OLED display seamlessly transitions from performance telemetry to navigation and media controls, minimizing the need for clunky buttons. Braking and stability. When you squeeze the carbon ceramic brake pedal, there's an immediate bite that shaves off speed in heart-stopping increments. The advanced ABS and traction control algorithms learn your style within minutes, adapting brake bias and throttle intervention to match your aggression. Even under repeated hard laps, brake fade is virtually non-existent, thanks to vented titanium calipers and cross-trailed rotors that dissipate heat like a lava flow cooled into glass. Sensory immersion. Perhaps the most unexpected delight is the immersion pod on the passenger side. With a gentle touch, it can diffuse a hint of Mediterranean pine scent, an olfactory nod to Lamborghini's Santa Gata origins, or envelop you in a curated soundscape that ranges from orchestral crescendos to subtle, forest ambiances. It doesn't just amplify the drive, it elevates it into a multi-sensory performance, reminding you that driving this car is as much about emotion as it is about speed. In sum, piloting the 2025 Aventador Unofficial Concept is akin to conducting a symphony of engineering marvels. Every input translates into an expressive note, every corner becomes a movement, and every straightaway crescendos into a thrilling allegro. Pros and cons. Pros cons. Exhilarating V12 character, plasma-coated internals deliver an unmatched soundtrack and linear power curve. Limited practicality, minimal cargo space and low ground clearance make daily errands a challenge. Neural sharp handling, active aero, rear-wheel steering, and adaptive suspension create uncanny agility. High maintenance costs, carbon ceramic brakes and specialized components drive up service bills. Multi-sensory immersion, OLED displays, immersion pod, and haptic controls offer a uniquely engaging cabin. Steep learning curve, advanced driver assist systems require familiarization to avoid unintended interventions. Advanced materials, bio-resin carbon fiber and aluminum monocoque achieve race car stiffness without excess weight. Depreciation. As a concept runner, values may fluctuate, resale market is less established than production models.